What's good, people? Today I'm reacting to your takes on the Central Cee album. So I put a call out on my Instagram story asking for you lot's thoughts on the Central Cee album Can't Rush Greatness. Let's react to some of them. Band for Band ruined the album for me. I listened to the album today in the gym. Don't worry, you'll get the full album review this week, but I'm still living with the album before I finally give you my review. But yes, I listened to the whole album in the gym today and I agree, Band for Band really didn't feel necessary. Especially where it comes in the album. I feel like there's a lot of development, especially up until this point. He's really vulnerable and emotional, so bang in the middle of the album. And then he's kind of flexing on us with his features, but they all kind of serve a purpose. But this song is purely flexy. Flexing money and flexing that he's got a song with Lil Baby. And I just don't think it belongs here. Especially after he's been so vulnerable in the album, to have a flexy song like that just feels, it doesn't work for me. So I agree with you. I don't think it ruins the album, but it definitely could have been left off. Decent album. Fave Song is either Limitless or Truth in the Lies. Best feature is Skepta or Dave. I agree with quite a lot of that. I really like Limitless. I also like Now We're Strangers. It's too early to say what my favourite song is, but yeah, those did stand out. The Lil Durk feature as well, I think Lil Durk is not entirely for me, but I think it makes sense and it definitely adds a new layer, a new kind of sound to the album, so it's nice. Best feature is Skepta or Dave. I think I agree with you too, because obviously Team UK. But I also really like Young Miko, I don't know who it is. I feel like that feature really added a lot to this album and that song was really cool. 10 out of 10 album, I can't lie, Truth in the Lies, and 10 is brazy. I wouldn't say it's 10 out of 10. For me, a psychodrama, like an album like that is as close as you'll get to a 10 out of 10. And with an album like that, every single song told a different story and had a different purpose. Don't get it twisted, this is a very good album and there's a clear message throughout. But I feel like some of the songs serve the same purpose. And so as an album, I wouldn't call it 10 out of 10, but it is very good. I'll go into it in my review, but I don't think we can be comparing it to Psychodrama at all. I still feel like there's a big gap. Truth in the Lies and 10 are brazy. I agree, they're big standout song. Limitless, best song. I kind of agree. When I saw the video to that dropped the night before the album, I was like, this is a new territory for Central Cee, but he's rapping and I feel like that is what I wanted to see from him on this album, and it was great to see on Limitless. Maybe I wanted to hear it more on other songs. Very solid. Hopefully he replies to H once first week sales are out of the way. Interesting. Obviously he sent for H on this album and he must have known that there might be some response, and maybe it was planned. As in maybe he wanted that response. Maybe that was part of the marketing. Would love to see Sense try and respond to H, but I feel like he won't. It would be amazing, but I feel like it almost would put the attention there when he wants it on the album. But you're right, maybe after first week sales, who knows? Fingers crossed, I'd love to see that. Limitless is fire. I feel like a lot of people agree. That Skepta feature, Soul, my guy, of course. Skepta did his thing, and what I really like is Skepta didn't overcomplicate it. Skepta's really good at that with rapping. Sometimes he knows what is needed of him, and this one he was like, listen, I'm always top 3 UK, cool. The guy Sench is here having his moment, but oh, I'm still top 3. And it just worked. Them two got good chemistry. We've seen them together quite a lot. And the same with Sench and a lot of these artists. We've seen him with Lil Durk way before we got this song. So I feel like the way he does features is really well. It's really authentic. And Sench even says it in either the first or second song in the album that like, you wouldn't be in Europe if it weren't for what I was doing in Paris. Like,
and all of the music I make in America, it's making it easier for them. If it weren't for the work that I put in Paris, none of these guys would have gone to Europe.
He knows how much groundwork he's done. That's the whole theme of the album, Can't Rush Greatness. He's done so much to get here and he breaks that down. Frank's mum says boring, then H bodied him. Damn. I mean, H did body him. I wouldn't call the album boring. There's a lot to take in. Frank's mum, I know, is a different demographic to us. And a lot of these songs, a lot of these lyrics, Sench is talking about girls in a very, not disrespectful way, but a kind of like braggy way. Which for me, I didn't like, because he's so vulnerable in the middle of this album about heartbreak that it kind of feels contradictory. Maybe from a woman's point of view, it's boring to hear girls, 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 girls. So, interesting take, boring. I know Truth in the Lies makes you miss your girl, bro. I know the Lil Durk song, Truth in the Lies, is an emotional one, but I thought Now We're Strangers is more emotional. Limitless, Skepta, best feature. I'm gonna do a video on ranking the best features, but Skepta could be the best. He's definitely up there. It was just a clean verse, wasn't it? Io says he's lost the UK. I feel like he's sold out. Nobody in the ends is listening to this album. Now that's really interesting because I'm pretty sure this is going to be the most streamed album in the first week from any UK rapper. We do know Sench has more listeners in America than he does in the UK. He is a bigger worldwide superstar than he is a UK one. I feel like there was enough references to his upbringing, to Shepherd's Bush, to Up North, to our own podcast. There was lots of little Easter egg, Kenny All-Star. I feel like there was enough in this album album for us. He walked that line very finely of this is for everyone in the world, but he's also a UK rapper and there's enough for us UK guys. I don't feel like he's lost the UK or sold out. I feel like international was always part of his goal and his plan. He had international collabs on his previous mixtapes. But I feel like this is an inevitable kind of comment that you might get when you have this much global success. 10 equals the best track on the album. Damn, you lot love that Skepta feature, don't you? Amazing British digestible album, classic in my opinion. Interesting how it contrasts the previous comment. I think you're right, it is digestible. It didn't get too complex. There wasn't anything that we're gonna need to uncover layers and layers like a Dave album. I feel like a week is a good amount of time to take this one in. It's not going to be one that we're just revisiting and discovering more, but it's still a very good album. And again, I feel like where Cench is sitting as an amazing, credible rapper and a worldwide superstar, it does need to be digestible. And I think he did hit that spot on. What did you lot think of the album? Have you got any hot takes, favorite tracks, worst features? Let me know in the comments below and maybe I'll react to them and do a part 2. And stay tuned because my album review is coming soon.